Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, your friendly unabashed cup cutter. You know, on my podcast, there's a few things that I like to do. One, I like to have a weekly episode with my guys where we talk about golf. Two, I like to do little short videos of either myself golfing or give some tips to cup cutters. The third thing that I like to do is travel my 1971 Volkswagen bus that you guys can see here, and I talk to people in the golf industry. It could be either superintendent, golf pro, could be a YouTuber, or even a vendor, which I'm very excited to have on the podcast today. I have Ed Kloskowski. Sir, thank you for finally getting on the podcast,
it's
brother.
A journey.
I know, right? So folks that don't know, Ed and I have met with Patty, your fiance, a few months, just actually right when I started in October, in early November, where you guys were, she's part of Cortera. She's the president of it that helps out veterans with hyperbolic chambers and everything. I said that right? Right?
Yeah,
I think
hyperbolic,
so. Yeah, hyperbolic.
Hyperbaric.
Yeah, hyperbaric. Thank you. And then Ed was there as a good supporter, and we've golfed together. We've had a good time. And the beauty thing on why I have Ed here today is he is my official vendor for my ball markers and divot tools. And I've been wanting to get you on, sir. Like we've said, our schedules have just been so busy with your business now that you have here. And of course, the podcast is just exploding here now, and I'm just extremely busy with it.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
So I really do appreciate you finally coming out here to Tampa Palms. Obviously, I'm also wearing my stuff here. You're welcome, KK. And yeah, so thanks again, man. For
the first night, we're getting some warm weather.
Oh man, I'm wearing shorts.
I know, shorts.
It's been brutal, man. It's that 29, 30 degree weather in the morning that is not right for Florida. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. So for those that may not have seen that episode, we talked about it, Ed. So this is all about you, sir. We're gonna start from scratch.
All right.
Okay, Ed Kloskowski, a fellow ski. Where are you from?
New Jersey, Central Jersey.
Okay.
A little town called South River, New Jersey,
All right.
which is right by the Raritan River, just half an hour east of Pennsylvania and a half an hour north of, say, like Jackson.
Oh, okay. All right. So you lived up there for what? For your pretty much?
Yeah, I was in New Jersey for 50 years.
Wow.
And then my job transferred me to Boston.
Okay.
So I was in Boston for 6 years.
Okay.
And then in late 2019, 2020, came down to Florida to move my daughter out of college, and I literally never went back to New Jersey.
Awesome, right? No, you don't want to go back up there. That's the whole reason why I think I might have told you briefly when we met before. You know, I traveled all over in the military as a brat and as a active duty member. And then when I retired in 2017 from DC, my wife and I were like either Hawaii, California, or Florida. And it's been the best move, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. So what did you do then when it comes to you're moving and everything from Jersey to Boston? What were you doing?
I was running the IT departments for a pharmaceutical.
Okay, that's right. That's
so
right.
At the time, it was a pretty big biotech up in Boston.
Okay.
And I just kind of bounced around, with a CIO job or a chief technology officer,
Yep.
running bits of infrastructure and things like that for different companies.
Of course, yep.
And then when the world turned virtual in 2020, I was able to make that. It was kind of thinking about retirement before it. Mm-hmm. And then when the world turned virtual, I got like another 5-6 years of work out of it all, just being virtual. Working in Boston, living in Florida.
Of course, exactly, yeah. That's right, because I know we talked about it briefly before. Again, for folks that didn't watch the episode that I had with you and Patty, as I think I told you before, like I had my degree in computer science.
Yep.
I could have easily transitioned to that world very easily with Northrop Grumman or BAE Systems. Traded in for a golf club. And as you done the same thing,
Yes,
sir. So with golf, right? When did you get into golf? When did that journey started?
3 years ago. It's like just 3 years and a few months ago.
Okay.
My brother plays golf, and he was flirting with a really
Yep.
good handicap, and he's big into it. He loves it, and always would try to get me into it.
Yeah.
And then Patty also played golf. Patty, my fiance.
Yes, yeah, she's amazing.
When we've been together now almost 5 years.
Beautiful.
And so her and my brother kept trying to get me to go out and play golf, and I resisted. Finally, 3 years ago, I went out and played with him one time.
Yeah.
It's kind of pretty much all it took.
Yeah.
Then I went out a couple times alone to figure it out.
Of course.
That. There's two things I said I would never do. I'd never play a round of golf. I used to do Ironmans and ultra distance.
Of course, yes, you have the tattoo and everything.
So,
yes.
So spending 5, 6, 7, 8 hours doing a sport was fine for me, but I didn't want to do it on a golf course.
Gotcha.
And I said I'd never live in Florida, even though half my family lived in Florida.
Yeah.
So here I am playing golf and living in Florida. So now I just learned never say never.
Oh, of course. Oh, absolutely. Well, I mean, I said the same thing with this podcast. I said I would never sit behind a computer again after I retired from the military. Son of a bitch. You know, but I'm loving it though.
These are cool computers.
Yeah, this is fun. It's so fun, all this technology crap going on everywhere. Yeah. But no, and even you and I had the pleasure of golfing and it was a lot of fun. We golfed here at Temple Palms, and it's a lot of fun. I can't wait for us to go golfing again. This time I got to get out to Eagles, where you guys are at.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get out there.
It's real. They're putting Greg Hamilton, Greg, the guy that runs the place now. They're putting in some effort and they're making it better, because for a while there it was getting rough.
Really, I would love to. We'll have to connect. I would love to talk to him, talk to their pro, their superintendent.
Yep.
I would love to. That's the thing that I do on my podcast. I love talking to these guys that love grass. You know,
we don't give them enough credit, because I got to tell you I was a member of the Eagles for like a year and a half or so, and I saw them go up and down. But
Really?
the thing that turned it around was they got a new super who got into agronomy.
Yeah.
They started cleaning out their bunkers. They started overseeding. They started planting, aerating. They started doing all that stuff. It didn't even take a month, and it was a different golf course.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to reach out to them here soon, especially when we go out golfing together. Yeah. And that'll be the time when, because I already have a lot of golf courses I'm visiting. I'm going down to Riverview, River Hills. I'm going up to Juliet Falls. I'm going down to Sarasota to talk to them. So something that's close by. Yeah. I would like that because it's the old girl here is getting old. You know what I mean?
It's a pretty good.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, as long as I do all the maintenance, what I keep having to do. But awesome, man. So you guys been playing for 3 years now and just loving the game.
Yeah.
I know, right? It's just so addicting. That one shot.
Meeting people, talking to people.
Of course.
You know, even I'm not having beers or I'm having beers.
Of course.
Go out in the early, go out late.
Yeah.
Like I found that I can play tons of golf for almost nothing.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I'll walk a lot.
Yeah.
Which brings the cost way down.
Of course.
And I just enjoy I'm kind of like somebody that likes to teach themselves things. So I've not taken a lesson.
That's awesome.
I signed up for lessons at Golf Tech. Went in there one time. Guy kept telling me the same thing over and over again. I didn't understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
I got my money back and never went back.
Yeah.
You know, so just there's always a little something. Like if you like to tweak things,
of course,
think about it.
Of course.
And then if you like to get pissed off and frustrated.
Of course. I mean, I'm the same way. I had 1 2-minute lesson with Casey McDonald from The Cave. I said I'll never give myself a lesson. I probably should get a lesson. But it's like I want to figure it out on my own. I'll watch a couple things, read a couple things. Yep. And my whole thing was I was afraid if I took so many lessons, spent all this money investment in my game, but I'm afraid I'm not going to enjoy it as much. Yeah. We had a great time that day with you, Patty and Vic and everything, and I cannot wait. I just enjoyed it too much.
That's the kind of golf I love. It's like sometimes you're real serious and things like that. Yeah. But talking in a backswing, you'll talk when you're
on my own backswing.
We'll talk when we're putting.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, it's just then this way, you got the swing thoughts.
Yes.
What you need figures its way into your head. What you don't need goes away.
Absolutely. Of course. I love it. Well, shit, man. Before we started talking about marker craft, it's something I like to do on the podcast. I like to have a quickie. All right. Your fuck quickie, 5 quick questions. I'm sure you already know all about it, so here we go. Which I actually know a lot of these questions because I played with you. But for the folks that don't know Ed like I do, here it is. Have a quickie with Dave. How many practice swings?
1.
Your favorite shot or club?
Gotta be my drive off the tee when just an easy par 4 380.
I like that. Music or no music?
No music. No, I'm sorry. Music.
I mean music. Now wait, no, just kidding. But if you don't like
no music when I walk, music
nothing wrong with
that.
Absolutely. When you're putting, do you read the green or do you just go up to bat and hit it?
I'll give a look behind the ball, give a look if I can from the other side of the cup. Yep. That's part of my ritual. It's part of why I started Marker Craft. So I will give a quick read, no more, basically in the same vein as one practice.
Of course.
Just look at it, get the break. And
of course. And my last question, driver or passenger?
Driver.
Okay, that's good. Sorry, I can be the small spoon. I don't mind at all. I'll be the tiny spoon. That's totally fine. I love it. Well, shit, man. So again, I'm so excited. I said it before countless times. I'll obviously throw our text messages to get you on here because I've given out your cards at the PGA show. I love what you've done, and that's why I said to you, I want you as my official ball marker and divot tool vendor.
I remember how was reading your Facebook posts and you're cutting cups and you're talking about golf courses and you're talking about golf. A big part of what we love about golf is these courses.
Of course.
And I was just starting to get into like, okay, how do I make these markers that I've seen, which are sort of rough and tumble. And I'm like, man, I think he'd like one of these. So I made
Oh,
one of them.
you did?
Posted the picture online and then dropped
I
it off
loved
for
it. You did, and you gave me my first batch, all free, which I greatly appreciated. And I'll tell you this, every guy loves their ball marker.
Do they?
Man.
Good.
I kid you not, man. I only have one left that I have to give to a buddy because I haven't seen him in a while. But all the guys love it. They're hefty, and they're just character. And the fact that obviously all the fuck buddy ones. So again, for folks that don't realize, I have a core group of guys that we go golfing together. And each one of them, I don't even have a nickname for you yet. I'm going to figure one out. But I have a nickname for all of my guys, and Ed put it on the ball marker. And which, again, we'll talk about the process of everything here in a little bit. But it's the fact that it's a personal touch that you got to do. So what I do is the guys have their own nicknames on the ball markers. Any guest that I have on the podcast is actually a fuck buddy. Your friendly and abashed cup cutter buddy. And then, so the fact that you made these your fuck buddy podcast ball markers, each one I gave out, they loved it.
Awesome.
And I kid you not, man, I am a big proprietor of small business too as well. The fact that, of course, we do have to use big companies and big box stores, of course. But if there's any chance I can help somebody out to show their love of the game and what you do with your creativity, I'm just so happy to have you on board with the fuck train.
Yeah,
your friendly and the best cup cutter train. I appreciate it. Yeah, I love what you do, man.
Brings personality to the game.
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that we discussed earlier that folks that know on the podcast is that I have certain colors that I like to have, just because my Volkswagen is that hot pink or pastel colors in a way. The
turquoise
exterior.
and pink, right.
Exactly. So the fact that you're about to do that on some ball markers, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It's going to be even much more personalized. So, what made you decide to start Marker Craft?
It's pretty recent too, but the Ryder Cup, the lead up to the Ryder Cup.
Yep.
And I really wanted to play Beth Page Black. Patty's from Long Island. Her brother actually was an official at the Ryder Cup.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, I want to play. And it didn't work out to be able to do that because we have the golf tournament coming up and the 501c3. So it didn't work out that I got to do it. But one of the things I got hooked up with, there's a guy named, I forget his last name, John from Golf Life Metals. And he made these markers. So I couldn't play it. So I went online to say, well, let me get some because whenever we would go to a golf place, I'll buy a towel,
of course,
buy a marker, buy a hat.
Of course.
Everything else is too expensive.
Of course.
And I like to buy people gifts.
Of course.
And I saw these rough-hewn marker, like copper markers that are all hammered out and stamped in.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I love the look of that. And then I felt it. I'm like, this thing has got weight. You put it in your pocket,
it feels great.
And I like that. So I'm like, man, how did he do this? And I was looking at his markers, and he was completely shut down because he gives markers to and supplies them to like Rory McIlroy, a lot of the golfers.
Yeah.
He gives markers to. He's got his own little cottage industry.
Wow.
He was shut down. He wasn't able to make them. So I figured, well, how hard could it be? Maybe I can make these markers too. So I emailed him. He gave me some advice. I emailed another guy that was doing a similar thing. And I started stamping markers for myself. Yours was one of the first ones I made. And then I started, doing them for other things.
Of course.
I did it. Ardea was having a member guest. So I figured out how to stamp in their logo, and I figured out how to stamp some markers with people's initials on the back and stuff like that. And then I started doing it, and I realized I really like this, and I kind of think there might be a bit of a market for it.
Yeah.
The golf tournament came up for Katera,
Yeah.
and we wanted just unique things. We wanted to make it personal for people, because people were spending $150 to play.
Yeah.
And then the sponsors were giving us thousands of dollars. So I made all the sponsors ball marker.
That's right.
With their
the purple,
with their initials on it. And that came about as a result of adding to the metal stamping, adding a fiber laser to the mix too.
Wow.
Different things. We can talk about it.
Of course. Absolutely.
So that's what made me start it. I decided, you know what? I'm going to start something like this. I go to craft fairs and things like that. And the most satisfying thing about it is I'll go out with glasses, keychains, divot tools.
Yes.
Just other
coasters.
things.
You even had the coasters because the team that I played with, we won first place.
So I call that kind of like it's basically Marker Craft is it's gifts for golfers.
Yeah.
And golf inspired stuff. So it's basically ball markers.
Yeah.
And then 19th hole items like a whiskey glass or a glass or a coaster or something.
Of course.
Like that. So after the tournament, I'm like, we didn't want to just do like little trophies and stuff like that, but we wanted to give people something. Like we gave coasters and glasses.
Yeah, which was very sharp, very classy.
So we're like, I can do that.
Yeah.
So I figured maybe there's a market for it.
Absolutely, and the fact that too, before we get into this real quick, like you're doing craft fairs.
Yeah.
You yourself, or like we're at the one in Gulfport,
Yep.
one of our favorite
That's right,
towns,
yeah.
a little beach town.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
And it's funny because all the ones that I'm doing, the things, the people that are buying the things.
Yes.
The first thing that was really satisfying is they buy these markers. By far and away, they're the most popular things.
Yeah, wow.
Because they got a lot of personality.
Of course,
So that's
of course.
very satisfying because I hand make those. The other
Yes.
things I'll just engrave and stuff.
Of course.
But these are, there's blood, sweat, and tears in these.
Of course.
And then
because you're putting in the time,
Yeah.
because you got to learn what ink, what material
stamps,
reacts to what.
Yep.
Wow, man.
Copper, brass,
Yeah.
aluminum, anodized aluminum, stainless steel,
You're using
zinc
everything.
alloys and stuff like that. Yeah, so
Wow.
it's almost like it's like metal crafting.
Yeah.
And I just, the craft fairs, it's people buying stuff for
Yeah.
their golf. Very rarely do I get a golfer who buys something for themselves. It's almost
Yeah.
always somebody buying something for a golfer.
Of course. Yeah, man. And like what you have here is just such an amazing display of, I mean, it's so simple, but it just looks so good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you did an awesome.
This is so these are, I don't know, it's probably tough for the camera.
You can actually, I can do it, or you can do it just right over here. Oh, no problem. Just if you want, you can easily just put it on this camera to the left. I can always do a little bit of editing. Yeah, absolutely.
So this will be, well, let me turn it right side up.
Yeah, that was good.
So I'll stamp, like I'll buy, this is an 1/8 inch copper
Yep.
by, I believe it's 1 1/4 inch.
Okay.
Right? And I'll just buy this and I'll stamp into it.
Yeah, yeah,
and then
it's
I'll
very
hammer
sharp.
out the edges. And it's all freehand. It's kind of, I call it perfectly imperfect because the letters are crooked.
Yeah.
And I'll, like this in particular, my best-selling ball marker by far is, it says "fuck bogeys." And sometimes I'll use
No
a skull
shit.
in place of the U. Sometimes I'll have
Of
two middle
course.
fingers.
Of course.
But it's, and everybody loves it. And John from Golf Metal Life kind of does the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's so true. You're sitting up there on a putt, and everybody loves fuck bogeys. So I was going to make this marker, and this is what's fun about it. I'm going to make this marker, and I put and bogeys has OG, and for some reason I did GO. I'm like, shit, what did I do? I didn't, because I'll do a little production change.
Of course.
Now I got a misspelling, which are sometimes I put a letter backwards. Sometimes
Of course,
I
yeah.
intentionally
Like
misspell.
right over here. Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
And I got the U going, however.
Yep.
And I'm like, wait a minute, F golf. Who hasn't said F golf? Who hasn't wanted to throw away their clubs? So then F bogeys was
Wow.
F golf became the one that everybody.
No shit. So you do a whole bunch of those ones and everything, and they're instant.
Yeah, everybody loves those.
Wow.
So the hand stamped ones goes, and then like I said, when we were doing the tournament, there's kind of a market for, hey, taking something like this, which is a lot rough, but adding in, like, let's say that Tampa Palms is having a member guest tournament. In this case, it was Ardea. Ardea's having a member guest tournament, and I really needed that logo. So like your F.U.C.C podcast,
Yeah.
I wanted to put that logo on there because I can't stamp that in. I could, but it would take literally hours and hours.
Oh,
and hours.
yeah.
And the marker would be, some people sell these things for $80, $90. So I'm like, no, that's just not. First of all, I don't have that kind of patience.
Of
I got a
course.
short attention span.
Of course.
So I added a fiber laser to it, and I can upload images, do some pre-processing on the image,
Yeah.
and have the laser engrave very deeply into the metal the image. So in this case, it was the Ardea, the new logo, and things like that.
Yeah.
And then I'll stamp the rest of it. So it kind of added.
Of course, the best of both worlds. What you have, I don't know if you have any here right now, but no, it's still.
I don't have any. I don't have any. Well, I gave all you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because like mine, like I'll show a little picture of it here. Like on one side it was stamped, and the other side that it was lasered with my Your Fuck podcast on the other side. It was very sharp.
Yep. And
Very crisp and clean.
so I'll do, like, this is a laser engraved marker.
Yep.
That I use with my group. So if you have the shot of the day, you get this token. And you can feel this one's heavy, right?
Yeah, that feels good.
It's got some weight to it.
That
and then
feels
the other
good.
side, so that means if you did the shot of the day, you get one free gimme inside of 5
I like
feet.
that.
So this came from our round when you had the token your wife gave you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, wouldn't that be like a cool little game for us? Because we'll do gimmies, but you got to be like a foot or two away from the hole, right?
Okay.
So then you still take your stroke. I hate people that, it's a gimme, and they don't put the stroke on there.
Yeah, of course.
Still take your stroke.
Of course.
Right? But you get a gimme. So in this case, if you had the shot of the day, I don't know, you landed a par 3 within a foot. You get the shot of the day, and then you can keep that token, and it's one free gimme inside of 5 feet.
Dude, that is awesome.
And if you're looking at a birdie, and I tell you, you don't have to make that birdie putt in 5 feet, and you still get your birdie, so then we'll hang on to this. So you're allowed to
so
keep it.
cool.
You're never allowed to have more than one.
Yeah.
So this is totally laser engraved. Like we always do birdie juice.
Yep. It's always a good one. Oh, that looks sharp.
So
that looks sharp on the camera. Oh, that's sharp. Yeah.
So I love how these feel. Birdie juice. And so these are more like these are started doing like these are kind of like challenge coins.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Like challenge coins for those that are not in the military government. It's like if you have a coin from your squadron or your wing, whatever, and you're at a bar and you throw that challenge coin down, that means now if you don't have your coin on you, you have to buy a round of beer for everybody. So that's the whole point of it. It's like a nice little challenge coin. I really do like that. That is really sharp, Ed.
And then I'll do like small things like I got the cannabis collection.
Okay, yeah, the cannabis collection. I like that.
So, and like this is, some people don't like a thick marker, so that's smaller and thinner.
Of course.
Then I'll do like different,
these are very sharp.
Where's the cannabis collection? Oh, I gave it to you.
Yep. Well, there's one. Is that one up there, top left?
Yeah, this is Puffs Before Duffs. So this is circle one.
Oh, shit, that's funny.
Still a little bit smaller, but still pretty hefty.
Yep.
So I like go all the way down to a very thick gauge. Thick gauge is thinner.
Of course.
Bigger, like a smaller gauge is thicker.
Yeah.
I'll just go, up and down the spectrum.
Of course.
Engrave it. Take people's personalized requests and like have dog beers.
Yep.
I love this one. This is
very sharp.
I hope it's a family-friendly show. So this would be
it's your fuck off podcast. I don't know. It kind of be
like a challenge.
Yeah, I like that. I really like that. I gave one.
And then you can like people. Awesome. I'll get people asking me. It's like, hey, I want to give some stuff to friends. And then like 4 markers and stuff like that.
That is awesome.
So what I've been doing, so far, there's a few people. Maybe they even listen to your podcast because I met them on Tampa Bay Golf Nuts. They're like, hey, can you do this? Can you do that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll do it and just, give it to them.
Yeah, of course. It's awesome. Because really, it's just, obviously, like right now, it's just getting your name out there, getting your business out there. And it's like I said, I gave away a few of the business cards of the PGA show. And every coin that I gave to, either if it was a buddy or if it was a fuck buddy, if it was my good buddies, and then the guests are the fuck buddies, they all loved it. And the fact that it was just it's that personal touch that I can give to somebody from you. In a way. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, because what I did was I'll stamp inside.
Yeah, of course.
It's a square or something like this.
Of course.
Stamp something on this side, and on the other side, that's where I put my cargo.
I did
exactly. With cargo.
Yep, exactly. Yep.
And we'll do all sorts of symbols. Like I think some of them had a birdie on it, some a finger on it, but you want to not do that.
Of course.
So I'll do both. When I go to craft shows, I just leave the one side blank, and then people will want personalization. I'll stamp it in there. But when I'm making them for somebody, they'll just say, hey, so on one side is your fuck podcast.
Of course, yes.
On the other side is your friend's name and symbology or
something like that. Exactly, yeah. Which is amazing. That's something that you get a chance to do, is to share, is to make it personal. Now, when you're doing these craft fairs, are you bringing some of this equipment with you too as well on the spot, or you just kind of do mass production?
Yeah.
And then if somebody wants a special order, they can easily do it.
I'll make these up with the back blank, and then to the craft fair. It sounds crazy, but this works great. So I use an anvil. And I use either a steel ball peen hammer, which is 1.5 pounds, or an actual brass hammer, which is 2 pounds. And the reason for wanting to use softer metals is the stamps. And I've got a pretty decent collection of stamps now. They're made out of hardened steel, but you can break them and you can bend them. They've got a limited lifespan. So the brass hammer helps keep sparks down, but it also helps preserve the stamps.
Oh, wow.
And I set up a little ladder. You know those ladders, I don't know, they're like foldable.
Of course.
Like you click them open and you raise them up.
Yep.
I set up a little ladder like that, a paver, and my anvil, which is a 65-pound anvil, on top of that. And that thing is rock solid. And somebody will say, like last night somebody gave me an idea for a balk mark. She goes, I did the Valentine's collection, which has got like, I got one here. Where's the Valentine's one? This is part of the Valentine's collection. I love you.
Oh, that's sharp.
I love you with all my heart. So she's like, I want to get something for my...
Oh, that's cute.
She's like, for my favorite partner. And I didn't really know what that meant, but I didn't go too far with it.
Yeah, of course, I like that.
What do you want? She goes, can you write sweet tea pie for me? So sweet and then tea T-E-E.
Okay.
And then pie. So she did Sweetie Pie.
Oh, I like
So
that.
she took a Valentine's golf marker, and I stamped in Sweetie Pie. And I just do it right there, and I usually don't charge for the personalization of the stamping in. Because as you're stamping, people are like, what's going on over there?
Of course. Man, I'm going to have to come up when you're at Gulfport one time and just show up and support and buy stuff. And because, again, we love that town. That's such a good town. It's an artsy town.
Yeah.
It really is. And the fact that you do something like that on the spot. So when it comes to like the laser things, let's say for example, I need 30, which we're going to talk about afterwards. I need 30 ball markers with that. Well, like, what's the time frame when it comes to lasering? And let's say if I were to place an order, like, what do people look at when they're?
So something like this coin, which is relatively thick, where I do shot of the day, it doesn't come off the laser looking like this.
Of course.
The coin that comes off the laser is pretty rugged, but it'll generally be between 40 minutes and 2 hours per side.
Okay.
Right, but that's just set it, forget it. I'll go stamp some things.
Of course.
And depending on the depth of the engraving, like this birdie juice one was probably
that's sharp too, though.
That was half an hour on the laser.
Wow.
The time that it takes to do these things is really in the image. Just like you didn't expect all this editing that's going after these podcasts.
Of course.
Like, this part's the easy part.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
The shit that comes after.
Oh, 100%, sir.
So for me, I can make it look antique and stuff like that relatively quickly afterwards.
Okay.
But beforehand, if you don't give the laser the right image, you get shit back. It doesn't
If it's
work.
not crisp.
So I might have to spend an hour on an image. Like, somebody gives me an image file, it could be perfect out of the gate and I can just go with it. But I can look at an image and say, I can't do this or I can't do that. Because what the laser will do is it will interpret blacks and whites and grays as different depths. So I've got to run it through, got to create a map of those colors.
Okay.
And then tell the laser, just by uploading that image, which I'm doing. So, like, anything that's black is going to go real deep. Anything that's white is going to be real high. So let's say instead of birdie juice being recessed, I wanted it to be up, I just invert the image.
Tracking.
But making sure that image can actually...
That one is really sharp.
Yeah, that came out great.
That one's really sharp. I mean, both that one and the one with the 5-foot gimme. Wow. So, I mean, so really it just comes down to what the individual sends you when it comes to if they want lasered.
Yep. Right?
I mean, this is a little bit more free. Like, I would like to have this letters on it, whatever, be free with it.
Yeah.
But with something like this, it takes a little bit more time.
The cool thing is you can do both. Like, you can do, like, I want birdie juice on one side and then I want it to say something.
Of course.
I do both. That's the reason why I added the lasers. I wanted the ability to say, man, you've got a special thing. I don't know if it's your dog's face, like, for example.
Yeah.
Did we do the...
Oh, we haven't shown the dog one yet, though, no.
Yeah, so, like, you want your dog's face on there or something like that. We'll put dog's face on it.
Yeah.
And then on one side and on the other side, you want something else. So you can do that. Like,
oh, man, you can even see the dots and the whiskers by his nose and the bubbles in the drink. Wow. That's sharp, man. Good job, Ed. I'm so happy that you're my vendor. I mean, you're a good friend and everything too, brother. But it's just, that is awesome, dude. And notice how I have to do this now.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Ever since I turned 45,
45 years old, man.
Oh, I'm not kidding.
I used to read the cereal boxes in the morning, and my arm wasn't long enough to read them anymore.
It started happening, I think, right when I turned 45. It's crazy.
You're going to join the world of fine readers.
So, Lord, I don't know, I'll just get surgery again. But no, man, I really do appreciate you taking the time to want to talk about this, and I really wanted to showcase what you do here, just for the fact that I'm really proud to say that, you're a friend and that you're, in a way, a business partner, because I'm not going to anybody else but you.
Yep.
I really want to give that personal touch that you can do for me, and it looks so good, the fact that somebody is hand stamping this on their anvil on a ladder.
Well, the ladders at the shows. At
Tracking,
home,
okay.
I set up a workbench.
Tracking, okay, I know what you mean. Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, it's such a low-key enterprise.
Yeah, but it's so much fun, though. Yeah. You're having fun with it, and you're giving your personal touch that you've physically touched all those ones. Yeah. I mean, you put your blood, sweat, and you're testing.
It was funny. Giving the markers to people.
Yeah.
Because that's how it got started. I was just giving markers to people.
Yeah.
Giving them didn't feel like that felt good.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time Patty came with me to the first show and somebody came along and they just fell in love. I think it was F.U.C.C.
Yeah.
And they fell in love with that one and they bought it. And I just felt like, wait a minute, I can't sell. That's my kid. I can't give that away.
Wow.
I can't felt dirty taking money.
Yeah, of course.
I don't feel that way anymore, though.
No, not at all. No, now all that muscle and everything you got going on making each one of these. Man, so I know we're getting close because I know you got to get to go golfing here pretty soon, and I really don't need to mention much more because we've already talked about it a lot. But where can people go? I mean, I know it, but where can people go to find you and also to, like, let's say, place an order?
Sure.
So
markercraft.com.
It's simple enough.
Yeah,
I'll put it right here.
Markercraft, and I'll get so it's Markercraft and it's Syncmore Suck Glass.
That's right.
So
that's right.
So the whole notion of this is like, let's take our time putting.
Yeah.
I mean, we can rush through a putt, but people behind us are getting pissed off. It doesn't have to take 10 minutes to
of course.
putt.
No.
But the simple act of just taking a marker, putting it down, picking up your ball, cleaning up your ball, looking at your line, putting your ball back down.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to take more than 30 seconds, but it adds so much to the game.
Of course.
And if it takes 1 or 2 shots away, if you're keeping score, that's
that's huge. Absolutely.
So Syncmore Suck Glass, and so it's Markercraft, M-A-R-K-E-R, craft, markercraft.com.
Yep. Okay.
We're in the process of changing over e-commerce platforms.
Okay.
So it's still there, and you can go in. You can just I'm going to have some custom stuff, and you just upload your image.
Okay.
Tell me what you want, or just send me a contact form and say, I don't really know what I want, but I want something kind of like this or kind of like that. Or can you make me? Because like your F golf or your fuck bogeys or whatever it is, yours is going to be different than everybody else's. There is no two the same.
Yeah, you'll not stamp the same image on the same spot.
If you want the same thing, I'll put it on a laser and I'll make it.
Of course, which easily do.
Be identical for all.
So they can go to the website to place custom orders and such like that. Do you have a spot to, like, say you were at Gulfport? I mean, how would somebody know that if you were at Gulfport or not? Or you haven't done anything like that?
No, Patty's been after me for that. She's like, you need an Instagram, you need Facebook, you
buddy.
need to put this stuff so people know where you're at.
Buddy, it's crazy the fact that I never wanted to be on TikTok, for example. Now I have TikTok. I'm on every social media because I know I have to be. It's going to suck. Coming from a guy that didn't want to do it, and I'm doing it now, just for the fact that I would love for you to get more exposure. You know what I mean? I think also, too, like, for one little example, there's our favorite food truck is called Just Lumpia, Filipino cuisine. It almost tastes like exactly what my mom makes. And she puts it out there like, we're going to be at these farmers markets. Just throwing that out there, like Market Craft is going to be at Gulfport. Market Craft is going to be at Wested Chapel, whatever it may be. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just an idea.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
Yeah, really, it's just for...
Because the markets now, it's funny, like the guy from yesterday's market was like, all right, I need you to send me an email because you got to go to this market, and this market, and this market, and we're going to find a place for you because they love. There's nobody on the markets that are selling this kind of stuff. So, first of all, it's golf.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're in Gulf Town. You're in Gulf State.
So it's like, it's something we got to get into.
Of course, yeah. I really hope you really do soon because just the fact that, I mean, if like the next time you're at Gulfport, I would love to know, and my wife and I would go there.
And you could bring me a beer.
Absolutely. That's a beautiful part of that town. That's Gulfport Brewery right there.
Right, 2 blocks up when I couldn't get there. Bring your dog, sit on the porch.
Live music.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. So the next time you're at Gulfport, again, my wife and I will be down there. We'll show some support, get you a beer. I'll have our friends, because our friends live about 1.5 miles away, Jane and Jesse. Shout out to you guys. Shit, man, I'm so excited to grow with you with this. We're both grow. I mean, you started your Market Craft roughly about the same time that I started the podcast.
Almost exactly.
I started in October.
Yep.
The idea was in September. First episode came out in October, and you guys were one of my first guests.
Yep.
So that's why I will never forget. One of these days, I'm going to be like, hey, are you guys available to fly to Hawaii? We're playing here. We got to record an episode. I'm a man of my word. Well, shit, again, Ed, thank you very much, sir, for being on the podcast. Thank you for producing these amazing handcrafted ball markers, and also you do divot tools, everything else.
Yep.
You do everything. So I'll be sure to put your information there on the site. Do you have anything else you want to say or mention or anything like that?
No, keep doing what you're doing with the podcast.
Thanks, brother.
I love hearing it. It's just
I love it, brother.
Like your stuff talking about like just understanding the cups and the placement and the grass.
I'm having a blast, man. Yeah. This is just something.
Like I walk up when we were playing Tampa Palms, and we played Tampa Palms for tournaments. I walk up to one of those cups, and it's like, I don't even want to stick my hand in there and get the ball out. I'm gonna mess up the sides.
It's I take pride in it, and it's so funny that just briefly, real quick, I just taught somebody else this past week on how to cut cups. I'm not ready to let go.
No.
It's my cups. Those are my cups. But I mean, it's like I know it's a job. I know what I mean. It's like I just love. It's really hard. Well, shit, Ed. Again, thank you very much, sir, for being on the podcast. I appreciate it. Folks, as you know where to go. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe. This has been your friendly and abashed cup cutter. Don't be shy. Come say hi. Isn't that awesome? Thanks, brother.
Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter. I slice through the turf like warm butter, planting dreams in the grass, one putt under. Your friendly, unabashed cup cutter.